Generic greetings! Starship Corporation is a spaceship building game where you will undertake contracts and then build different spaceships based on the specifications given to you. Those spaceships could be things like small little probes and scouts and racers, up to huge tankers and gunships and everything in between. Once you've made those ships, you then have to put them through various simulations to make sure they work and the crew can maintain them and put out fires and stop alien invasions and survive asteroid strikes and again, everything you can possibly imagine. I'm going to give you fair warning right now. Starship Corporation seems to be a quite expansive and deep game. If you want a game where you place a couple of modules and call it done, this game is not for you. Feel free to move on. If, however, you like the idea of placing pretty much every nut and bolt, then stick around. I'm going to show you some of it. I've played nearly 4 hours of it now, so it's certainly a first impressions, not a review. Also, it's still in development, so as you can see from the top right there, version 0.9.8 alpha. Nothing you see is final. Everything is subject to change. Any bugs I can polish in places, etc., etc. Please attribute it to its in-dev status. I'm playing this a couple of days before release, so it might change slightly by the time you get hold of it, but we shall see. Let's go to single player. It says multiplayer there, but that's not in. We're going to go to new sandbox game, and we need to name our company. So it's going to be Generic Galactic. I think Generic Galactic. It looks like D there, but that's actually just the cursor. Generic Galactic, and then we're going to go next step. And we have to select the financial situation, so you can say, "Oh my God, we've got loads of money," or "Oh God, we're about to just go out bank. We're going to go bankrupt." I'm going to say middle ground, 40,000 bitcoins, and then we need to select what's the market developing at. So we'll say, again, middle ground. Market's just bouncing back for a war. It's standard sort of credits around the place. And what about our... how's the business going? Basically, how do we win? So we can say, get loads of money, unlock every technology, or get the Trans-Oran Racer complete. We're going to say middle ground. Obviously, it doesn't really matter for this play at all, because I'm only going to be showing you one of the spaceships and things like that. So as you can see, that says galaxy map limitation. At the moment, the galaxy map is limited to 1 star system. Eventually, they're going to be more, and you'll have trade routes and stuff. It's already complicated enough. I don't think we need it. Anyway, we'll go to the solar system, AB DAD, and then we're going to add an office. So we'll start an office there, and it means we can actually then go to our market, and we can start getting, from this solar system, we can start getting different contracts. So these are all the contracts. So currently design a cargo ship as a contract. It shows you what the overall design is in SOP ratings, ERS ratings. I'll explain that later on. What the payment is, and currently who's bidding on it. So currently there's the D-Tree Heavy Solar has put a ship in there that costs 2,720, and that's what they're saying. That's what that ship is, and you can see the rating. So if I make a ship, I not only have to be cheaper, I probably have to be better than them as well. But I don't know if I can do that. It requires shield generator small ×2, which is not researched, and there's a couple of other things as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to modules and then to technology, because I want to unlock a bit of technology. This is the technology tree, and as you can see, it's quite expansive. I want to start unlocking a couple of different things. What I want to do, I've got different corridors and things like that. I want to, you got different classes of shuttle. I want to go to our medium fuel tank here, and I want to say research that, please. And that puts it on the research station here. I'm going to click on research station B, and I'm going to say same thing for the cargo, I think, because we haven't yet got any cargo. So we're going to go for medium cargo. Again, begin the research there. And research station C, I want to go up to, I think we'll go for a connections here, and I want to say lift. I want to say, let's go for lift, and I want to research the lift and begin the research, and then I can alter the time on the right hand side here. I was going to say I don't know, 1 week per second, and we'll resume the game, and you can see research is going on here, which is all good. And then there's that research. I'm going to say okay, it's now idle. I don't really care. Do I care? I could put something in the queue for that. We might as well put something in there. So it's a military quarters we don't have, shield generator we don't have armor, we don't have any thrusters, or what's that, short range communications, short range sensors. Cooling units, shield generators. Let's just say research shield generators, and we'll say begin research about there. There we are, and then speed it up. If it doesn't research, I'm not really too bothered. Looks like after spending a budget of 1,006, we've got our research station there done, which is fuel. And there's some more research there. Come on, it's almost done. And yes, that's done. Unpause it. And then shields. There we go, there's shields done. And we can see it's all done. Right, so let's go back to our market. You can see we've got a lot more contracts now. So we can say, I don't know, cargo vessel. There you go. So there's a cargo vessel, and what happens is, at the bottom, we get a couple of ships that we've already made, so we can go tutorial ship, simple ship, our sample ship, and a G tutorial ship, and there you go. They're all based on the little bug fuselage, and they've all got a rating, and you can see that they have a 25% match. They do not work. If it's in red, it means it doesn't work for that thing. If it's in green, then it means you can actually fulfill it. So colony ship, no. Light cargo ship, no. 90% though on the tutorial ship. You see it's almost matching there. Light transport, any of these. There's a lot of different things we could probably go for. What about the shuttle? Shuttle. What's this one? We need a small shuttle containing the following. So it needs to be EEV on the little bug, and we need to have a good rating. We could do that. We could do that indeed. Or do you want to go for a cargo vessel? Cargo vessel, it says the fuselage should be used is the Argosy, which we haven't got. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a small shuttle. Because why not? It does, fuselage, little bug, so we've got that unlocked. Let's then go to design ship. Here we go. So do you want to go to design menu? Yes, I do. Yes, please. Take me to design menu. So we can see that our contract, if this one is selected, you can see it has a boatload of numbers to say what you need to reach. Fine. And then I need to select my little bug shuttle, and then we will start the design. So we then go on to the meat of the game, which is building the vessel. So, quick rundown. This is what we need to have fulfilled. There you go. This is an overall simulation progress, which currently is nothing. And then on the right, again, more numbers. Basically, if it's in green, you're doing good. If it's in red, you need to fix the problem. So, what do we need? Well, we can see that this is a ship with 2 decks. So, there's B2 and then B1. What we need to do is start putting down a different things in here. So we need to use different modules. So you got bridge, you got computer, navigation, sensors, offense, defense, engines, the lot. So let's start with the engines. So we've got a basic engine here, and if we wanted to, we could place it right at the back. What is our overall fuel capacity? Our fuel needs to be 50 tons, so it doesn't actually have to be that big. I'm going to put this engine, we could put it on B1 or B2. I'm going to put it on B... I don't know where to put it actually. Let's put it on B2 just to be a bit of a maverick and be a bit different. There we go. So there's one engine. As you can see now, it's got some symbols. That means it's out of power. That means, that says it needs power. That says it needs cooling, and that says it needs fuel. So let's sort out the fuel. Let's go to storage, and we will say a fuel and medium fuel tank, and we can't put it in that side, but we can put it in. Hang on, how much fuel do we need? Fuel is required 0 of 50 tons, and we need to have a range of 97 light years. The range of the ship, except for interstellar range, the range is determined by the amount of fuel it can store. So this thing, the medium fuel tank, is fuel 100 tons. So that's actually more than what we need. Let's see if we can put a smaller fuel tank in there. Let's put this small one like so, and then what we need to do is connect them up. So you can click on the fuel tank and then connect them up. There it is. That is now connected. So we can see that this now has a range on the right-hand side of 100 light years. We only require 97, so that is fine. Our fuel is 50 tons of 50 tons. Again, right on the nose there. I'm only designing to this contract. I'm not really trying to make a universal or generic ship. I'm trying to do this. So this is good. However, slight problem, we don't have any power, and that is, a bit of an issue sometimes. What I'm going to do is go to my power and then to nuclear generator, and I'm going to place a nuclear generator down probably there. All right, and then what I'm going to do is then connect these up. So I'm going to run the power lines like so. Now, one of the things that I am not a fan of in this game is when you place corridors. Well, this is it's weird. I think this is more my problem than the game's, but I'm just going to be honest about it. When you run your power lines, well, I run my power lines as I'm building the vessel, so I don't build all the vessel and then run the power lines because each generator only supplies a certain amount of power. This takes 150 power, that takes 5. You can see this generates 300 power. I like to connect everything together to know how much power that I'm using. However, once you've got all of your corridors and doors and other things put in, it then requires you to connect them. So if I do this, if I go to, for example, our infrastructure and then hatches and put a hatch between this ship and this, that area and that, you can see that requires power. I don't like the fact that every hatch requires power. Now, I understand why they're doing that. It's because if you actually run out of power or your nuclear generator gets destroyed or whatever, it means that you have to cut your way through a door, which you can understand. Doesn't mean I have to like it. I like the way Prison Architect does things, where you run the power to the major stuff and the small things like hatches and corridors you don't have to connect. I don't know if you have to connect corridors. There's a corridor. Yes, it requires it. Everything you place requires it. I don't like the idea that corridors require it. They should just draw power like off from elsewhere. And it doesn't matter where you place your power conduits because you need to repair them and stuff. But anyway, We'll leave that for now. That's just a minor thing. Let's go for cooling, and we do need to cool the reactor. So I'm going to put a cooling section here, and then what that requires in infrastructure is a hatch, which is a cooling hatch, and we'll put it there, and that's now connected up. Let's just connect up some power. There we go, and then this also requires some power. What happens is you place nodes. So there's a node and there's a node, and each node you place, it costs some money. It's not based on the distance as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's what the thing said, the tutorial. So that is all connected up. Again, we need to put another hatch in, but I'll get to connecting them later on. I like to leave connections later on. Now, if you've got a bigger ship, you will generally use corridors, right, to like connect things up, like so. When I'm making smaller ships, just use the small hatches and connect the rooms up together. Not very efficient because it means you have to go through things like fuel tanks to get to other areas, which could be dangerous, but it's a small ship. It is quite, I guess it's efficient in resources, not in your crew having to wander around the thing. So let's go to cooling, and you can see this is now requiring cooling. Generator requires cooling, which is now connected up, and this requires cooling as well. So we will connect the array to that up like so. Hang on, get rid of that. There to there, and then there to there. There we go. Actually, I don't even need that node there. Them two nodes will do it because you can see the line. Oh, no, it automatically puts a node there. That's fine. So, that is now cooled, apparently, although maybe not. This coolant, this only requires, this supplies 100 coolant, which we actually need more than that. So, let's do this again. Let's go for cooling, and then cooling unit. We're going to put one right there. As you can see, you can't put things directly next to each other. You have to have a bit of a gappage. You have to have a bit of a gappage. That's a word now. Some gappage is required. Let's go to infrastructure and then hatches. Well, that's a thruster hatch. We need a cooling hatch. I'll put a cooling hatch there. And then we need to connect. No, we need to connect those up with the generators. You can get onto the different modes. So power grid mode by clicking that button there and then dropping the tools. Space drops all the tools, which is useful. That's cooling. You can see you can just click each one of these and it goes along. So there we go. That should be cooled now. Actually, no, that's just not got any water. Is that right? Yes, it requires... Oh, no, fuel, of course. It requires fuel. So why is that not connected up? Fuel supply needed. That supplies 50 fuel. So I do need another engine, apparently. Okay, fine. Let's go to... That's weird, because this range is fine on this side, but that engine, because it's big, needs more fuel, which is a shame. So I'm going to have to go to storage, and then could go for a small fuel tank, which has 50 tons of fuel. Hang on, I don't get it. That requires 100 tons of fuel. This has 50 tons. Fuel tank small. Put another small tank. Well, hang on. So if that's a small fuel tank, what's a medium? Medium's 100. Right, okay. Let's change this then. Let's get rid of the small fuel tank, and let's put in a larger fuel tank, like so. I'll get rid of the hatch. Medium fuel tank can't fit in sideways, but we're going to put one there, like so. It means I'm going to have to probably change a lot of this design, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to move the generator down to probably over that side, and then cooling we will put like so, and then like so. Alright, and then we'll start connecting these up. So you can see all of the power grid lines that I've placed are not required anymore, so I'm going to have to just get rid of all the nodes there. So let's just sort this out. Let's just wire all this up. It should be quite a simple task to do. There we go. And I'm going to preemptively... Oh, error message. Ignore. Alpha game is alpha. Right, so let's go back to a... We need to go for one of these cooling hatches. So we'll go there and then there. Those should be now cooled, which is good. Connected up. Yes, connected up. Yes, there we are. And that should be enough cooling for everybody. No cooling. Because I haven't connected the cooling yet. I've only connected power. One cooling. One cooling. One cooling. Job done. And that now requires fuel. And job done. Right. That is all connected up. Obviously, range is a lot higher than required, even though the engine... It's weird, because if I had a smaller engine, we'd be able to do this. And I think you can research smaller ones. I just put some thrusters on it. So, what are we missing? Well, there's actually a lot we're missing. So we're going to go down one deck. And actually, you know what we need to do? We need to get down one deck somehow. By the way, I'm not going to place all the corridors... I'm going to place the corridors later, and I've just realised that that generator is going to cause us issues later on. What I'm going to do is shift it to there, and that'll connect everything up. You'll understand why later on. In fact, I'll explain it now. I can only place a hatch like that. You can't place it off to one side, so moving the generator up has allowed me to easily connect stuff up. So, what I'm going to do is go to connections and then to lift, and we'll say down. When you click on this, you can see there's like an up or down arrow. I'm going to go for a lift, and I'm going to place a lift probably in about the center of the ship, about there, okay? And it means when we go down, we can now go between the different ships, different decks of the ship. This is good. So we need cargo capacity, 300. So let's sort this out. We'll go to storage and then to solid and then medium cargo. And that is actually quite large, isn't it? How much does this store? This is a total of 200. So we can put one in. How are we going to put this in? Problematic. Must place with so a medium-sized cargo unit able to store 1,000 tons of cargo. Feeding doors vulnerable to infiltration must be placed with its width along the hull. So that has to go along there, like that along the green. But we only need 300 tons, so small cargo, 500 tons of cargo would probably do us quite nicely. So we could probably we just need to put the one in. Yeah, we just need the one. Oh, that's pretty good. There you go. Cargo at the back. Job done. Right. Excellent. Cargo capacity sorted. Right. So again, we need a couple of things. We need some sort of power. And we need... I think that's it. We just need some entrance, actually. Let's just go for infrastructure and hatches. And it should be in... Is that right? You just need a exit hatch? No. I think you need a cargo hatch in there or something, but let's have a quick look. Small bridge. I don't know. Small bay door. Okay, got you. And small bay door. There we go. Job done. Right. I was going to say, if I haven't researched that, that's going to be a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Beverage. Right, okay, so we're getting there. We are getting there. We need a couple of things. We need to have a bridge, which I have not yet got, which I think it's going to be important to get put in. So let's put a rate in this thing. And we're going to put it in probably the center like so. And then we will have a standard computer core off to one side, like that, because you do need a computer core. And then we haven't got any power, so let's put some nuclear generators in. I'm going to put one there. And... do I put two in? I don't think I'm going to need two. Let's just see what happens. Let's just connect these up. So, these connect up. Actually, in my experience, we probably are going to need two, but we'll see how it goes. There's all that connected up. We need... Yeah, you know what? Just for the sake of completeness, I'm going to actually move that generator. I've got too much space between this area and we just don't need it. So I'm going to place it about there. And then get rid of these. Like, there's that connected up. New nuclear generator right next to it, like so. And then we need to cool this thing. So cooling unit. Place one wherever we want, really. One there and one there. There we go. Actually move that down a little bit. Can I place one there? No. One either side could be placed. But then what we're going to fit in there, that's what you have to think about. Because you can't have stuff right next to each other. Has to be like that. Actually, if I drag that down to there, cooling could be... Nah, it wouldn't fit in. Just think that's in a dodgy place. If we just move these down, then that should fix the problem, really. Let's have a quick look. Let's try this out. Obviously, it means me redoing some of these nodes, but that's okay. There's them. And then back to cooling. There we go. That's why we did that. So now it's a bit more efficient. And that's now connected up. And we need some cooling. There we go. So you can see this is an expansive game. It's not a game where you can spend 2 minutes building a ship and call it done, because you need to do the requirements, you need to have your contracts, you need to worry about what you've got researched. So let's continue on. because we are probably about halfway there now, probably even a little bit more maybe. We haven't got an exit hatch, so we don't have any way of getting in or out the ship, which is suboptimal. So we're going to go for a infrastructure and exit hatch, and what we'll do, we'll put it right at the back, because we've already got some hatches at the back here anyway, so we might as well sort that out. We're going to connect that up to there. Hang on, get rid of that one. That to there. And then that to there. And this is all cooled. That's fine. We've got... Oh, no, sorry. This computer isn't cooled, so we need to cool this computer. Actually, none of these are cooled, so we better resolve that. There we go. So there's all that cooled. And we have not got any crew, and we haven't got any way for them to survive because there's no... Oh dear, yeah, that's a problem. We haven't got any way to keep them alive, which is, I find, quite an issue at times. We probably need to have some way of them living. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go first to, I think, logistics. Infrastructure, rather. What I want to do, I want a corridor 4, no, I want a corridor 3, like so. And then I want to have hatches... there and there. I'm going to place hatches as I go from this point onwards. Well, a little bit. Probably give up halfway through. There we go. There's all them put in, right? And then we need another hatch there. Right. So, what have we not got? We have not got any berthing. So, let's go for berth, and we'll go for pilot quarters. And we need 2 pilot quarters, which are going to go... Actually, 1 in there, and if we pull that one down to there, it means that they'll connect up to the computer core. That's good. We need 4 technicians in total. If we just go up 1, we can see that this is where most of the technicians... Well, the technician's going to be near the engine, so I think it's important that we sort it out there. So let's go for technicians, and we'll put in probably... how do we want to do this? Probably. That'd be... no. No, that'll probably do. Like that. And then we can just connect all them up. Obviously, I could run a corridor straight and then connect them up, but I think that should be fine. We have not yet got a medic, and we don't need a medic. You see, it's medical personnel required is 0, so I think that is fine. Now we need to do things like put in an air supply, which is just tedious, obviously. So we're going to go for... Let's go for some health and then a life support. And we're going to put a life support here. And then this requires some water treatment, which I'm going to put on the opposite side. And then we need to put in some water storage. So again, it's storage and water, and then water tanks. So there's 1, and you see that's 83% of our water. So we'll put in another one, and that should be okay. We're going to do the same thing for our oxygen, for our air, and we'll put in 1, I think, there, and then 1 there, and then that should be that done. So we'll connect up these 2 here. There you go. And then the water. That's silly, because what I've done, I've put the air on the side where the water should be. So why don't I just shift these around? So water can go over here, next to water treatment, where it should go. Like so. It's a bit annoying sometimes to place this, and then life support there. Water over to there. Airs to there. There we go, and then back to our O2. We get rid of all that. There we go, there's that done. And then water. And then, sort of more importantly here, power. What I'll do actually, I'll run a central power line right up here. I think that's important. And there's that connected up. And obviously all these doors, as I said, I'm not a fan at all. But, just run these here. Right. So that is saying O2 short of. These are also requiring power. While I'm down here. I'll have to rerun them all again. So that's out of O2. Strange. Why? cooling and O2. I wish for both. And it's because that wasn't connected up like that. Okay, there we are. So that's all that connected up. We don't have enough medics, actually. It says we've now got medics, so I guess it matters. I guess that only came into effect once we've plus put this other stuff in. Let's go for medical quarters. We'll just put it there. I think that's fine, medical quarters there. And then I think it is a case of there's no EEV, there's no power lines, and there's no connections. So I guess it's just a case now of going to emergency EEV, so emergency escape vehicle type thing. We're gonna put them on both decks. I think that's probably important to put them on both. So on here we'll have one. Probably you want it next to the lift or near the lift as possible. So we'll put one there. And we will put one on the deck up here, which we'll put in that corner like so. Right, so we just need to connect everything up, which is going to be quite difficult. Now, obviously, the reason you run corridors is if, say, the cooling gets damaged and you have to go at the EV and you have to go through it, you're going to be slowed down. Or if like it gets infested with aliens, then again, more problems. So we'll go for, I think, some corridors, so infrastructure, and then hatches. And most of these are, like I say, are just going to be hatches, and we'll just connect them up there because I haven't bothered with corridors. We can't do that, or we can, but I don't like the idea of that. That goes to there, that goes, actually no. That side, that side, that side, and then that can move over to there. And then finally one hatch to there. Pilots. To the computer. Go to the other floor, and then we need to connect the lot up. So it's all these. So all of these techs have to go through their workmates' room to get to the other side, which is annoying. Large hatch. There we go. And now we've got a bit of a problem. We don't have anywhere for people to get to the EEV there. So maybe a corridor of 3, and then a hatch 1 and 2. I think that's about right. And then we'll just connect them up, and hopefully, we have enough power. We'll find out, won't we? And if we don't, it means I'm going to have to run more power conduits and lines and everything else. So all these to there. Okay, that power grid is fine. No problems there at all. There we are. There we are. And right, so missing power lines somewhere apparently, according to this. Nope, I don't think there is. It's now figured itself out. So that is technically a legit ship. Everything's in the green. All of these are in the green for that contract. I'm going to prepare simulation, and I will save the blueprint, and I want to save it as a G small transport. Save. And you can have a description. Another awesome ship. So that looks like it is, everything seems to be okay. We'll save the ship class then. So that was the blueprint that we saved. This is now the class. So again, it's G dash, and it'll be a small transport, and save it, and job done. So it is all done. We can now go to testing crew management. So as you can see, on the top is our ship class. So we've built the ship. We have designed it to the specifications for the contract. Bear in mind that if I already had a ship that fulfilled that contract, I could just skip to this part. But we've now done that. So now what we need to do, we need to find out the ratings for this ship. And that will give us, well, the higher the rating, the better. And it means we can charge more for it and things like that. So the estimated overall ship rating is 133. There is no way to automate this because this, like I say, is the game. We've got the standard operating procedure SOP. We've got emergency response strategy, which is ERS, and hostile encounter program. You do not have to do the hostile emergency. I think you might even have to. You might even have to see. You might even skip that. I don't know. Anyway, let's do a standard operation, which you can see it's got 0 of 20 points. We'll click on that, and we will start the standard operation. So what this is, basically, we need to run it for a certain amount of time. All systems are online. You can see it's running like a bag of bolts. The performance of the game is not good. Let's just get it out there now. It takes ages to load for some reason, and there's lots of stuttering in places and things. I mean, obviously, it is still in development, so you sort of expect these things, but it is noteworthy actually. So we're going to start the mission, and immediately I'm going to click P for pause because I want to not go on. So the objective of this simulation is to operate the ship for 10 minutes. So core modules need to be running, and basically we get score for injuries and casualties, or minus score and minus times, and then we get an overall rating at the end. So we've got a couple of people. We've got this one here. You can click on each of these little tabs, and we can see pill for pilot, and they've got loads of statistics and things like that. What I'm going to do, first thing I like to do is to oh, that's wrong. I need to go to put on suit, right? What that does is put on a spacesuit, so if we've got any problems, they will then be in a spacesuit, so it's not as bad. However, they do move slower. Let's go to the other deck. Same thing here. So click them all. And then you select them all, and then you need to right click on a room and then say put on suit, and they will put on a suit from their room. There you go. Left click to deselect. I must confess, controlling these people is really, really annoying at times. So I will unpause it, and what will happen is they'll put on the suit. You can see it's taking time to put on suit. This arrow here says that this one needs to be manned. So as you can see, it is like the cockpit and such. They're all sorted, so I'm going to pause it again. I'm going to click on both of these and say go there. And what they'll do is they'll go there and they will man it. So you can say take off suit, extinguish, you don't need to do that, defend. Just we don't need maintenance, we just need to send them there. And then I'm going to go down a deck, up a deck rather, and send all of these guys into the engine room. There you go. So the tech can go down there, this can go down there. The medic can... I'm going to just put the medic in the life support, I think. There you go. And we'll unpause it again. P. So... they'll head over there. Now, we got a little bit of a problem. This thing here, well, every room, if I pause it for a second, every room has overall damage, heat, and efficiency, things like that. The efficiency will go down based on how much maintenance, right? As you can see, this says maintenance. This needs maintenance every 1.5 minutes, right? So we need to have maintenance in there. This requires pilots as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click on one of the pilots, and I'm going to set a waypoint here, and I'm going to say wait, say 30 seconds in there. Alright, and then go in here and wait 30 seconds. So they're going to wander back and forward between the two. So let's pause it.
Waiting for your command.
There you go. So they're going to go over here, and hopefully that is now maintained. You can see maintenance goes up because they're maintaining it. So they're going to go wait 30 seconds, go back and forward, back and forward. This one's always going to be maintained. There's some maintenance at the back here and some other places as well. This one does not require maintenance, it does require technicians. So let's go down. Sorry. I keep saying going down to the engine room, but it's not like that. What I'll do is I'm going to pause it for a second and get, I want to select all of these. We'll go for you, this technician, and I want to say go there. All right. And once he's there, I will say then probably do some maintenance at the front here. Is that some maintenance there? That does require maintenance. So pretty much everything in here requires maintenance. So we'll click on you. I'll say go there, unpause it, and they can crack on and move over here like so. And then I will say wait 10 seconds in that room. And then go there and wait 10 seconds. And then here and wait 10 seconds. And then over here and wait 10 seconds. Alright, so that's all going to get maintained. This is good. Unpause it. I think we're going to take a couple of maintenance people. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to bring him there for now. Alright. This is saying its maintenance is overdue. What I'm going to have to do then, I'm going to have to alter this. Say maintenance. Just don't even stay in. Just go there. It's not maintenance overdue. I'm going to have to set maintenance. Maintain that, please. So I've manually ordered them to do it. So there you go. It's now maintenance permanent crew. Once I've done that, it will, I can then, if I wanted to, click on him and say, and say return to patrol, like so, and they'll go back on their patrol. Alright? Which means they'll go back to the order that I set them. So this is maintenance overdue. There you go, permanent crew. Because that requires 2 crew in there, you see. So I'm still manually moving these around. I'm going to take my medic and put them back into their crew quarters because they don't really need to be there. So these guys, maintenance. More maintenance down there as well. So I could set up loads of manual things, but at the moment I'm happy. Sorry, I could set up loads of automated ways of doing this, but for the moment I'm happy just doing a bit of manual maintenance. There we go. This is requiring maintenance now, which you'll get there in a minute. You can see the overall maintenance is going down. This guy's going to go in it, and no, because he doesn't wait in there. Maintenance there, please. Wait 10. Wait 10.
Malfunction on B bridge.
Right, malfunction on bridge. If we just pause it, we can see that. No, we can't because these are selected. There's now a malfunction right there. We need to get them over there and to fix that problem. So, get my maintenance personnel. You can maintain that. I want to go down by 1 or up by 1. That's been maintained. That's fine. That's been maintained. We've just got a bit of a problem around here. We need to get our maintenance guy over to there and maintain that. And unpause it. Currently no red alert or anything like that because we are, well, there's nothing to do in this simulation for that. They're going there, you can see the symbol goes down and that's sorted. So I want you to maintain that. And then maintain that.
Malfunction on B generator.
Uh-oh, everything's breaking. It's because I'm not maintaining it, really. Let's put someone in there.
Malfunction on B water treatment.
Oh, good, everything's broken.
Malfunction on B engine room.
Everything is broken. Have we got normal time? We have got normal time. So it looks like we've got a lot of problems down here. This one's all been maintained at the front, you can see, because there's a technician there wandering in the room. So that's got good maintenance there. The one at the bottom, not so much. How much do you need at the bottom? You need 4 technicians in here to maintain that. So actually, to maintain this ship, you realistically need a boatload of technicians, actually. You need loads of technicians. See, because we're not maintaining this room, we're getting breaking bits, which is bad. And this is all going wrong at the bottom there.
Malfunction on B
yes, I'm aware there's a malfunction. Shut up. Right. Good grief. How long are we at? We're on 7 minutes 20 odd. So we're almost where we need to be.
Malfunction on B level.
We don't have enough technicians. And now we've got a fire. Oh god, we've got fire. Fire, everybody get in there and put the fire out. This is bad. And as you can see, because it's in the water treatment, that should put itself out. How do we get fire in a water treatment? Fight fire, please. Fight fire. This is going well, isn't it? So they can't maintain this because it takes a total of 4 to do that, but that's a bit iffy. Core module, Core module, success of this mission has been powered down. Do you want us to try switching it back on? Yes. I don't think it's going to work. Mission failure. Damn it. One of the modules exploded because we didn't manage to fix it. We did manage to fix it, and it broke. Let's go to the menu there. Do you want to save the current mission rating? I'll save it. What happens is if you do something successfully, you can happily say yes, save the overall orders and stuff like that. Now, that wasn't a good one. I could then go back and put some more technicians in so we know it's all been maintained, or I could go back up top and then micromanage it. The problem is that the engine down the bottom requires 4 technicians to maintain, but I need at least 2 technicians up top, I think, to fix that. So normally what I would do is go back, alter the ship, start doing it again, or I could try my luck and, you know, do that. If I manage to get this done, If I managed to get this done with the current setup, it would be more efficient in terms of the resources spent and such than what we had if we had like a couple more. So we'd be able to, bid lower. We'd be able to say, actually, our ship's quite cheap because we're making it more efficient. If you then waste more points, you won't be able to bid as low, and that means that you might get outbidded by the other person, because this, after all, is to do a contract, and if we don't get the contract, we don't get money, and this ship just sits there doing nothing. But But I'm not going to do any of that because this video is already long off. It is getting on quite a bit. That is a little bit, and I do stress a very, very small bit, of Starship Corporation. Obviously, I haven't shown you almost any other of the parts in the game, so there's thousands of other modules you can see. Well, not thousands, but there's lots of other modules you can get. There's the classes of ship, there's loads of different jobs and stuff that you can do. I've only showed you the stand operations. There's red alert, yellow alert, there's blue alert, there's collisions, asteroid fields, firestorm, which is put stuff out, drilling, you got piracy, boarding missions to stop them, you have to arm your people with guns. It is a very deep and very expansive game, and because of that, I think it is quite niche. I don't think it's going to appeal to, well, for anyone that I think I said it pretty much accurately at the start. If you're wanting a game where you place 2 modules, this isn't for you. If you want something that is the exact opposite of that, then this is really for you. But I don't know how many people that will appeal to. I do like the game. I like the building a lot. I'm not a big fan of this simulation bit at the end, mainly because of the controls. Having to manually set up all the orders and stuff for the crew, I'm not a big fan of. There's no automation for that. You can't just say, look, you crew member, please go and repair stuff on this deck. You can't just set a general order for that, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's an option to do it, maybe there's a module that allows you to do it. I haven't found it. That would be much better. You can't then automatically, as far as I can tell, do this. You have to run through every single one. So again, it's quite a long game. It will take you quite a bit. But, again, if it fills that niche, then it's probably the only game to do that. Links in the description so you can check it out yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.